Hello, my friends. This is Aviva Tamar, and I'm here with a tarot card reading. Hi. If you're new here, I'm Aviva Tamar, like I said, and I like to do tarot card readings to cultivate strong character, improve well being, and help navigate the obstacles of life, essentially. And today, my focus is hope and how we can find and cultivate hope in times of struggle and darkness, because let's face it, everybody is struggling right now. So, before we get started on this general, timeless reading for hope in the face of struggle, I'm going to do my little spiel. Ready? I am just interpreting symbolism, so please remember to take everything I say with a grain of salt. Don't try to make square pegs fit into round holes, and remember my rule. If it vibes, it vibes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. All right? Ooh, and right away, we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So there is some just basic day-to-day work that just isn't getting done. And perhaps that is making us feel insecure. Perhaps that is the source of our struggle, is that we're struggling to do these day-to-day activities. We're struggling and striving for structure and daily work as well. Okay? This is like your job, that thing that you do that gives you purpose, right? That thing that you're crafting and perfecting. And it's like you're not able to, or like you haven't been cultivating that, okay? We also have the Star reversed. So, okay, the purpose of this reading, we have a loss of hope, right? A lack of wishes, a lack of goals, right? And man, I will just say it's not your fault if you feel like you're in this place, right? I'm being unproductive. I don't see anything in my future. What point is there? Okay? I mean, first of all, that's a dangerous place to be. That's all I'm saying. It's a dangerous place to be. Um, and so I worry that this lack of structure and lack of hope is keeping us in this dark place. Now, I have here the Empress next, and that is energy that cares for and receives. This could be a mother figure, an actual mother, someone in your life that can provide support and love. Um, so, this could be someone that you need to seek out, or this could be energy you need to cultivate within yourself, okay? Uh, and remember that Empress energy is all about taking care and doing those day-to-day things that are missing, right? How would a mom take care of a child, essentially? Um, Man, this keeps coming up. Reparenting may be necessary, or unparenting, essentially just parenting yourself. You're just like, I'm going to pretend that I am both a child and a, decent, respectable adult. And um, I'm going to, as the adult, talk to my child self when my child self is feeling fearful, when my child self is feeling impulsive, when my child self is feeling insecure, all of that. Okay. The adult comes in, okay, and addresses the issue. All right. And if you're at a more basic place, it's more like, how would an adult give a child structure if you are having trouble giving yourself structure, okay? And part of that is having a written out schedule, okay? Uh, some kids benefit, and I recommend this for adults if you're very visual and I think it's kinesthetic, where you like touching things helps your memory, or the visual cue helps your memory. Um, and this is going to sound ridiculous and preschooly, but please bear with me, okay? Pictures of the tasks that need to get done underneath the times that they need to get done, okay? And you transfer them from one place to another once they are finished so that you have that visual cue and the kinesthetic input of, the movement. It's very helpful in maintaining a schedule, especially for young children. And if you are having trouble with just the basic structure of your day, just getting out of bed and eating breakfast and showering and doing those basic things, which really would be indicated here, especially if you're feeling really depressed by the weight that is on you. I recommend, my friend, that you do that taking care of yourself, right? Um, yeah. Okay. You got to do those basic things. So do what you need to do. What I said is just a suggestion. I am in no way an expert, so go ahead and do what feels right for you. But that's just an example of something that you could do to kind of force yourself in a way, or remind yourself kindly and gently, to go through um, go through your day and give yourself some structure. Uh, okay, let's keep going here. That's what I've got there. We have the Queen of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the Queen of Swords is intellectual pursuits and justice. It's like a transformative energy. It's a receptive energy. Um, there may be something that you need to learn. Okay. There may be something like a truth that needs to be revealed, that your ego has been kind of blocking you from revealing, that can help bring you in from this cold and help you find the light in this darkness. Okay. There is, yeah, that's the message I'm getting. There is a truth that needs to be revealed that can open the door to this sort of salvation. That is that's a very esoteric message. Is that the right word? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just pulling words out of the air, apparently. But oh, we have the tower on the bottom of the deck, my friends. So this could be like, not necessarily like a major event, but this could just be a conversation because of this swords energy. This could just be like a conversation wherein truths are revealed, and because of that, you are able to kind of move through this, not egotistical. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. Gotta chill on this one for a second. Okay, we have the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. Both came out reversed, okay? So I feel like there's an indecisiveness. There's a major indecisiveness here. A decision needs to be made, and your ego, okay, and ego can manifest as fear and anxiousness. It can also manifest as anger and resentment. It can also manifest as feeling unworthy. There's lots of ways that that an ego can manifest in a way to protect you from a conversation that it perceives as dangerous. Okay, you know, if the ego feels like it will be damaged by an interaction, it will avoid the interaction because it's trying to survive, right? So if you feel like a conversation is going to really damage your ego by hurting someone else's feelings and make them not like you, for example, really, it's not worth it to not have the conversation. It would be best, okay, with this Queen of Swords and Empress energy, just having open and honest conversations is just the best way. It's just the best way to go. It's just the best way to go. And we have the Hanged Man on the bottom of the deck now, and that's being kind of stuck in this reflective space. And spending too much time in that Hanged Man space can be unhealthy if you're using it to avoid conversations. Okay, so we have Justice in reverse, and the Tower came out, guys. The Tower came out. So it does feel like right now, because this conversation has not yet happened at the point that you are watching this video, most likely, it feels like if you choose to have the conversation, you feel like the rug will be pulled out from under you, but you at the same time feel like it would be the right thing to do, you know? So it's like this, the indecision is coming from the fact that with this Two of Wands reversed energy, you can't really see what's coming. You're really not sure what to expect, and you're trying to plan for the worst, but you're not really looking for the best possible outcome. So, okay. This could be a very big, important conversation, whatever it is. A big, important message, interaction, something like that. Let's pick a pile of cards. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. All right. And that is an imbalance in energy. Your energies are alternating. You're going back and forth, right? The Four of Cups is like this dissatisfaction, unwillingness to take any of the options because they're all bad options. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is like a slow forward momentum that is very much focused on the rules and regulations. The Eight of Cups reversed. Something needs to be left behind, and you're kind of holding on to it still. Temperance and the Hermit. I'm all the way over there. I need to be over here. Temperance and the Hermit in reverse. Oh my goodness. So there's like a spiritual growth that is being blocked, right? You're stuck in this space, but it's because you're choosing not to take the steps you know are necessary, right? To move forward because you think it's too difficult. But really it's just the first step on a journey that you are perfectly capable of completing. You just need to kind of have more confidence, it looks like. So, my friend. Okay. All right. Let's ask a new question. All right. Now that we know that your lack of hope is partially from your lack of structure, okay, in your just day to day. So, first homework assignment, my friend, figure out how to give yourself just the basic daily structure of a morning routine. I don't care what time you wake up. I don't care what that morning routine looks like. You could be getting up at 7 o'clock in the evening and eating a steak dinner. I don't care. Give yourself some sort of structure, okay? Get up, eat a thing, drink a thing, water. Just drink water. Get up, drink a glass of water, do the next thing, do the next thing, do the next thing. Have like 3 things on your list. Make sure they're things you want to do, not things that you feel like you have to do, because if you just feel like you have to do it, you're probably not going to do it. So choose something that you actually want to do. You know, like what I want to do in the morning is get up and drink a cup of coffee and sit outside in my backyard and just listen to birds and nothingness and watch the clouds. And I do that for like, oh, sorry about the mic. I do that for like 1 cup of coffee or however long my child will let me. If I have time, I will yoga. If most of the time, I will mantra. But I have a basic routine for my morning that gets me centered. And when I do not get a chance to do it, I'm a little off my rocker. So I'm just saying, have a routine. It gives you structure, makes you feel a little bit more grounded. Start with just giving yourself basic 3-item morning routine. Okay? Okay. So that's that. So that's the first part of where your hope is being lost. But also there's like this interaction that is being avoided, that needs to be addressed. But your indecision is based around a fear, right? Or a resentment, something that makes you not want to talk to this person because you're afraid, either consciously or unconsciously, that the ego will be damaged, right? And again, it's not to say that you're like full of yourself or anything. It's more like everyone has some semblance of like self-worth, right? And you feel like your self-worth might be damaged by the conversation in some way. And again, this could be conscious or unconscious, so just go based off of your intuitive sense. Like, do you feel like this is ringing some bells? Maybe. If it's triggering anger, look at that. I'm just saying, it's a fear response because the ego's possibly being damaged slightly because I'm chipping away at it a little bit. Like, maybe you're a little afraid. Oh, I'm not afraid. How dare you say I'm afraid? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So it's like a defense mechanism. So look out for your ego's defense mechanisms. Look out for where your ego is kind of blocking you from interactions just to save itself and not necessarily to do what's best for you. Okay. So that's a necessary assessment. But the next thing I want to do is I want to ask for a little bit of guidance toward making that decision. I want to give you more of a landscape of the positive possibilities here. I want to show you what optimism looks like here. So how can we find some optimism in this situation that feels hopeless? How can we find optimism in this hopeless situation? Oh, okay. So we got the Queen of Cups. Oh, again, we got that Eight of Pentacles, but it came out not reversed this time. It came out upright. Did I say the Queen of Pentacles? I meant the Queen of Cups, but we also have the Queen. Wow, the Peen. Possible Freudian slip there. I don't know. Okay, all right. So we have some good stuff here. So we have the Eight of Pentacles upright as opposed to reverse during the first part of the reading. So, excuse me. Yeah, definitely that day-to-day basic structure. If you are unable to work at this moment, I understand not being able to take up like hobbies because of money. But again, figure out a way to do something that gives you some sort of regularity, grounding, peace, something. Figure out how to use what you have already, your body, right? Do some sort of outdoor activity. I don't know. I just feel very much like there is a need for grounding here because the Queen of Pentacles is reversed and then the Hierophant also is reversed. So I'm feeling very much like the thing that is necessary to kind of guide you towards optimism, right, is you need to ground yourself in like your basic reality and give yourself that structure again. And then again, with that Queen of Pentacles, it's that reparenting theme. It's that like need to be the adult talking to the inner child, you know, when you feel fearful, when you feel angry, when you're feeling that childish response to, you know, adult situations because you're stressed out. There's two ways that you can deal with this that you are not utilizing, right? You're not utilizing spirituality in any way, and you're not utilizing like grounding exercises that bring you back into the moment, right? Because the Queen of Cups here indicates that you're probably more either like overthinking things or over intuiting things, which is like looking into the future, into the possibilities, right? And the Queen of Cups also, in her negative aspects, has a tendency to not be able to take care of herself in those basic ways because she's so lofty and off in her own world. So I feel very much like you need to ground that intuitive sense by doing exercises that bring you back into the moment. So that's things like Uh, Name 5 things that you see, 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you can touch, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. That's a basic grounding exercise that anyone can do, that kind of brings you back into the moment, even if you don't complete it all the way. Just like the fact that you're here in this present moment, trying to identify things that are here in this present moment, will refocus your attention and bring you back from whatever flashback, whatever anxiety. It obviously, it's not like a cure all for anything like that, but if you're like finding that you're in those repetitive thoughts and you catch yourself in that moment, you can try this and see if it helps. Again, as I say in all of my videos, there are links down below for all sorts of resources for like mental health. There's hotlines. I put all of the things down below in every video now because I just feel like it is very, very necessary to give people these resources. All right, so there's all sorts of stuff down below. Please do look into that. If you've been considering therapy, Talkspace takes it's taking insurance in some places, so I would look into that. So there's that. So don't be afraid to look into therapy and get help. Okay. But I will say that there is like a lack of spiritual guidance, a lack of spiritual leadership or something, and then a lack of grounding. So when your intuition and your ego and your thoughts are just kind of getting out of hand and you can't quite grasp these day-to-day activities that are going to give you structure, what needs to happen is you need to come back to a spiritual place. And I know not everybody is a spiritual person. I assume that if you're here, you're probably vaguely spiritual. So what I would recommend personally from my own experiences is looking into first your own family's background, right? Whatever your family was into or practiced when you were a child is probably going to connect with you a little bit more deeply because you have that. I've been looking into the spiritualities, religions, and practices of like my more ancient ancestors, if that makes sense. I know I don't look it, but I am partially Filipino, so I've been looking into that. And I'm also Irish, so I've been looking into, well, Scotch Irish, and I've been looking into that. So, and also I came up. Who am I? I was raised pretty conservatively Jewish, so I am looking into the spiritual side of that as well. So explore that spirituality, do it, and practice grounding exercises and give your day structure. Okay, these are going to be the basic things, the basic building blocks at the bottom of your hope structure. Okay, this is what optimism is going to look like. Don't let this Queen of Cups energy run away with you. Give her structure so that she can lift you up and help you find that optimism. Because the Queen of Cups is a blind optimist. She will run blindly into anything because she's like, oh, it's okay. Spirit's got me. I'm fine. That's why she gets herself into shitty situations sometimes. That's why she's easy to take advantage of. It's because she's so trusting and so optimistic that it's almost naive. Okay, so don't let optimism run away with you, right? Give your intuition structure, okay, and give yourself structure. Yeah, I'm just like structure, and spirituality. Structure within that spirituality. Don't make it just a hodgepodge. Find something, stick to it, learn everything you can. All right. And again, make sure it's something interesting. Don't do anything like you feel like you have to do it. Do it because you want to do it. Okay. And our last card here is the 9 of Cups. So this is like getting everything you need, getting everything you want, feeling balanced intuitively, being at the end of a cycle where you're feeling very confident. So optimism is possible. It's 100% possible, okay? You can find hope when you find structure for your intuitive sense, because a lot of your anxiety does seem like it's coming from like an overactive intuitive sense that's causing you to be paranoid, because you're like, you get these intuitive senses and then you think about them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, I totally relate. So yes, give yourself some structure. One thing that I did is I just picked up all of the possible hobbies that I could, but I know that's not possible for everybody at this time. But just do what you can, learn what you can, listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, try, just try. If you're just trying, honestly, just that's enough. It's enough to just try. It really is. It really is enough to just try. Okay? On the bottom of the deck, our final thing, we have the Lovers. Bringing together the two opposing sides of oneself, okay? So you're gonna have to integrate probably some shadow aspects, some things you don't really like about yourself, possibly. Because remember, anything that you don't like about other people, a lot of the time is stuff that you recognize and kind of don't like about yourself. Not always. Sometimes it's just people are butts. Yes, I said people are butts, and I stand by that. But a lot of the time, if you're honest with yourself, it's like, yeah, I don't like that because I do it, and I don't like that I do it. So, I feel that. So I'm just saying, I'm rambling now. I'm just rambling while I shuffle. I hope you don't mind. If you're still here, I'm glad. I'm pulling out a quote to send you off. Okay. Ha! We got supercalifragilisticexpialidocious from Mary Poppins. So for me, this is an exclamation of positivity, right? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a word that when it is spoken, it has this kind of magical effect on people and makes them just adore you, right? Because you have spunk, you're strange, you're different, you're exciting, right? Like, for real. That's what this whole song is about the fact that like this word has this power over people. And it's the power of this like joyous optimism. So I really feel like once you do tap into the optimism and hope that is within you, it's in there, okay? Once you can tap into that, you're going to be able to infect other people around you with that optimism and happiness. Just trust me here. Next one is from The Sword and the Stone. Develop your brain. There's the higher power. So we had that Queen of Swords energy where I said maybe you need to learn about something, and I was talking about learning about those possible spiritual paths. So definitely feed that brain. Sometimes a hobby is just learning about stuff, reading true crime books, or listening to true crime podcasts, and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't necessarily need to be like a craft or something that you classically call a hobby. It just has to be something that you enjoy, that you can do, that you want to do, that gives you structure. It gives you joy, Another one from Mary Poppins. That's a pie crust promise. Easily made, easily broken. So don't tell yourself you're going to do something that you're not going to do. Just don't. You already know when you're telling yourself, yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You already know that you're not going to get up at 4:00 in the morning and you're not going to do the thing that you said you're going to do, and you're going to feel guilty later in the day. Yes, I understand this. You're not going to do it. Don't tell yourself you're going to do do your something. Don't tell yourself you're going to do something that you know you're not going to do. Just be honest with yourself. Be realist. Jeez, be realistic about who you are and what you want and what you need, and don't make promises to yourself that you know you can't keep. Be realistic about the goals that you're setting for yourself and be okay with taking baby steps. The process of growth and healing and moving past the ego, it takes a lot of time and it's very uncomfortable, and everyone's going to move at their own pace, but you're not going to get anywhere by making yourself pie crust promises. Last thing, it's from Tarzan. Why are you threatened by anyone different from you? If there is a person in your life that makes you feel threatened, you need to ask yourself, why? Why does this person make me feel this way just by their very presence or the sound of their voice? Is it because of a history we have? Is it because of a history of their behavior? Is it because I have an insecurity within myself that they kind of scratch at and I don't like it and it makes me uncomfortable? Let's consider the possibilities here. That's all I'm saying. All right. Ask yourself this question, dwell on this question. Get a little comfortable with being uncomfortable, because the path toward hope is sometimes a little difficult. So, I don't mean to take down the sunshine and rainbow streamers right at the beginning of the party, but I'm just saying maintaining hope in dark times is not easy. And I don't want to give you the impression that it is. It's just not. And that's okay. It's okay that it's hard. It's okay that you're exhausted. It's okay that you're angry and frustrated. It's okay to feel however you're feeling. Just be honest about it. Talk about it with someone you trust. Okay? Don't just hold things in. That's how you end up exploding. So find hope. Do the work to find the hope, because it's there. It really is. There's reason to be optimistic. You just have to do a little bit of baby step work to find it. And you got to be patient with yourself and the process. You have to be aware that the process of maintaining hope is difficult and it's frustrating. And you often have to do the toxic positivity. I'm sorry. It's driving me crazy. This toxic positivity stuff. Sometimes you need to do this because just sitting in the negativity is just too depressing. And one must move through these things, not dwell in them and make them a part of one's identity, right? I've been through some crap, but I no longer carry it as I am a person who went through this. And so I, am going to actively fight to prevent it from happening to me or other people. That's some people's path, but it's just not mine. You know what I mean? I'm rambling again. What was my point here? My point is that hope is necessary, but it's difficult to maintain. That's all I'm saying. It's necessary, but it's difficult to maintain. And sometimes you do have to give yourself these pep talks that you just don't believe. Things are good. Things are going to be great. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out for the best. Even if you are looking to tomorrow and you know that there is just no way out, right? You still have to find something that gives you comfort. And for a lot of people, spirituality is that thing. Okay. And I know that skeptics, they're I don't know. I'm just saying that I don't want you to feel like you should feel happy to be positive. You don't need to feel happy all the time to be optimistic. You can feel depressed, but still believe that tomorrow will be better. You know what I mean? I hope I'm making some sense. This feels very rambly, and if you're still here, I really, really appreciate that. I'm just kind of chilling, drinking my coffee and talking, so getting some things out. Okay, well, I think that's your whole message, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you watching this whole thing. um, please remember that I have an Instagram. Okay, I do posts and stuff there where I try to do daily readings, and then I have an Etsy shop where I sell bracelets. So you can and soon like little spirit dolls. I'll do a thing on that, but we'll talk about it later. Uh, check me out. All those places. The Etsy will be in my YouTube page thing, Etsy link, and then in the doobly doo is where you'll find my Instagram at Happy Witchy Mama. That's everything. Cheers. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Again, I love you. Goodbye.